Hi everybody, if you don't know me already, my name's Kaylee. I'm a gut health nutrition coach, so I help people to overcome their chronic gut and digestive issues using the principles of ancestral nutrition as well as some other holistic health principles. And today I'm going to be talking about why you should eat less fiber, not more, if you want to heal your chronic constipation. So I dealt with IBS-C, so that's the IBS constipation type, for over 10 years. And believe me, I tried eating more fiber. I tried eating lots of fiber and I only got more constipated. And I'm not the only one. I've heard this from a lot of other people. And I've also seen this with a lot of my clients too. A lot of them come to me eating a lot of fiber, and one of the things we do right away is get that fiber intake down, and what do you know, bowel movements start happening pretty quickly. So in this video, I'm actually going to be explaining why that is. So what's the kind of science behind it, why more fiber is actually making you more constipated. Yeah, and how to find your fiber sweet spot too, because you might be wondering, okay, so then do you just do no fiber? Well, that's not necessarily true. Some people do thrive on no fiber. Most people thrive on a little fiber, and just kind of finding that sweet spot. So I'm going to talk about that in this video as well. Yeah, so let's see. Before I get too far, I want to share something with you. I just created this new free training video, and basically it goes over how to heal your gut and digestive issues by getting your digestive system to work like an efficient machine. So this really goes over like a roadmap of how to heal your gut. It is very valuable. It would help you out a lot if you're dealing with gut issues. So I'm really excited to be offering it. I will link a link below where you can access that free training video if you want to. And I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end too. But let's get back into talking about fiber. So let's see, what did I want to say first? Yeah. Basically, this is something I dealt with for a long time, and I know that so often everywhere you hear eat more fiber, eat more fiber. Fiber adds bulk to your stools and will help it move through. But if you've tried that before, you probably found that it really just doesn't work and it makes you more constipated. So let's talk about why fiber makes constipation worse. So if you think about fiber as some cars and your intestinal tract as a freeway, if you add more, if you're already backed up, okay, so you're already backed up with stools, you're constipated, you got some stools stuck in there, you got a highway, freeway, and it's already backed up with cars with a traffic jam. If you added more cars to that traffic jam, would traffic get better? Would the cars be moving faster? No, they would not. And the same thing is true for your digestive system. So if you add more cars, more bulk with fiber to your stools, it is only backing things up further. Constipated people tend to have large, bulky, hard stools. Those are already going to be harder to pass than healthy stools. They're not as flexible, they're sturdy, and you have to stretch to get those out. They hurt. So if you're adding more and more bulk, backing that up more, it is only going to make things worse. So instead, you need less bulk in your stool so you can start getting them out regularly. Let's see. Oh, I also want to mention that too much fiber can actually damage your intestinal walls too. It kind of scrape at it, and usually it's going to be in kind of high anti-nutrient food, which is not very great for your gut. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And another thing I wanted to mention is our bodies really aren't designed to eat tons and tons of fiber. We can't even digest it. It just stays in our intestinal tract and comes out in our stools. Our gut microbiomes do get to eat some and benefit a little bit. But if you have gut dysbiosis, if you have a microbiome imbalance, the fiber is kind of feeding the bad guys and can lead to a lot of bloating and gas. So if you're dealing with constipation, bloating, and gas like I was, more fiber is going to make this so much worse. And instead, you want to cut back on fiber, work on the root causes, heal your gut, figure out why this is going on. And then in the future, if you want to have a little bit more fiber, you'll be able to handle it okay. But at this time, you do not want more. Oh yeah, okay. So we're not designed to eat tons of fiber. We're omnivores, but we're closer to carnivores than we are to herbivores. So carnivores have very acidic stomachs. They have a little bit shorter intestinal tracts. They can't digest cellulose. Herbivores can digest cellulose. A lot of them have multiple stomachs. They have very, very long intestinal tracts, and they don't have as acidic of stomachs. Our stomach acidity is closer to carnivores, not quite that much. Our intestinal tracts are a little bit shorter, closer to carnivores, and we cannot digest cellulose. We only have one stomach too. So we are not the same as carnivores. We are omnivores, but we're closer. So basically something you can learn from that and from looking at how our ancestors have eaten for a very long time is humans thrive on more animal products and less plants. I've talked about this a lot, so I won't go into too much detail here. So we really are not designed to be eating tons of fiber. We do much better eating more animal products. So yeah, just wanted to mention that here. But I want to discuss, should you completely cut out fiber then, or are there benefits? So I don't think you should completely cut it out in most situations. Not everyone. Some people cut it out all the way and thrive. So if that's you, go for it. But in most situations, I would keep a little because it binds to bile. And okay, so bile is basically our liver creates bile. It's stored in our gallbladder and it's released into our digestive tract to help digest fat. And also, when our liver is detoxing, it puts toxins in that bile and it comes out in our stools. So a lot of the bile will be reabsorbed in the absence of fiber. So if you include fiber in your diet, it'll bind to that bile and draw those toxins out of your body and prevent them from being reabsorbed and preventing that bile from circulating over and over and over again and getting kind of rancid and toxiny and gucky and preventing your body from getting rid of toxins. So a little bit of fiber is really good for supporting your body's detoxification pathways. It can aid the microbiome. It depends. So if you have a healthy microbiome, a little bit of fiber is going to feed the good guys. If you have an unhealthy microbiome, it's going to feed the bad guys too. And that's going to create a gassy, uncomfortable mess. So if you have microbiome issues, definitely address those. I do have a video on that actually, so I will link that up below. And okay, so some fibers like raw carrots or cooked mushrooms will bind to environmental toxins like xenoestrogens that are in your digestive tract and help get those out too. So that's another reason that I like a little bit of fiber. Oh, and it can reduce your blood sugar spike too. So it's not the only thing that can, but if you're having like fiber with your meals, fat does too, so it's not really necessary for that, but it's one other thing that, you know, it benefits a little bit. So because of these few benefits, I recommend finding your fiber sweet spot. So let's see, okay, I wanted to talk about the foods to kind of eat and avoid. So I already talked about eat a bunch of good nose to tail animal foods. So when it comes to plants, you want to avoid the ones with the least anti-nutrients. So fruit is fine. Eat your fruit, enjoy that. Cooked veggies are also going to be pretty good. You just want to stay away from too many nuts, seeds, legumes, and grains. Those are going to be high in fiber, they're going to be high in anti-nutrients, they're going to be harder to digest. I have a video on that too, so I'll link the anti-nutrient video above so you can learn more about why I don't actually recommend many grains, nuts, seeds, or legumes. You can have some, you just want to properly prepare them, but I talked about that in the video. So yeah, so basically when you're creating your meals, you know, focus on those nose to tail animal foods. So muscle meats, weird cuts of meats, organs, bone broth, have the bones in the skin, like, you know, all that stuff. And then, you know, yeah, include some veggies if you want. That's totally fine. I do because I like the taste. So that's why I include some. But fruit is great too, you know, so have some fruit, cook your veggies, cook them in some fat. Just don't have too much, listen to your body. And that's great. That's honestly what I recommend doing. Is what has worked really well for me. That's worked really well for my clients. I definitely see a variation, but most of my clients, their fiber is going to be coming from fruit or veggies, the majority of it, and like rice. A lot of my clients like rice a lot, and I teach them how to prepare it properly, so it's fine to have that, and also some sourdough bread too. Yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. Really finding your fiber sweet spot is more about what foods to eat and avoid, just kind of testing it out, seeing how your body feels. There was a time in my healing journey where too many veggies just did not feel good, so I had to be a little bit more aware of that. Now that I'm healed and I feel great, I don't really have to worry about that so much. I also love meat and animal foods, but yeah, I just don't have to worry about it quite as much. So you get a little more wiggle room the more you heal. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. Let's see, what do I have? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So don't have too much fiber if you want to heal your constipation quickly. And I mentioned at the beginning that I have this new free training video out, so I want to tell you a little bit more about what's in that in case you're interested. So again, this is how to heal your gut issues by getting your digestive system to work like an efficient machine. So pretty much I'm teaching you how to understand how your body works, how digestion works, what kind of things can get off, how you can fix them. I go over the 5 keys for a successful gut healing routine. I go over the importance of a personalized, sustainable, nourishing diet, how to create that. I go over how to have full, relieving bowel movements effortlessly and daily. And I go over the biggest mistakes that can delay your healing by years. So you definitely want to avoid those. Learn from my mistakes. I made, I think, all of the ones I talk about in that video. So learn from my mistakes. Yeah, and basically you walk away with this video just with more clarity on what you should actually include to heal your gut and more of a simple approach. You don't need to be doing millions of things, you just need to be doing the right thing. So I really talk about that in that video. This doesn't have to be a crazy routine, you just have to focus on the right things to heal. So if you like the videos that I share here, but you want the next level, you want a little bit longer of a video that's showing you really how to structure your gut healing routine, then this video is definitely for you. So if you like access to that free training video, I'll leave a link below where you can get access. It's totally free and it's a really valuable resource, so I think that you'll enjoy it a lot if you are dealing with gut issues, and I think you'll benefit from it a lot. So yeah, if you're interested, check that out. I hope you like it. I hope you liked this video. Yeah, if you did, share it with someone that you think could benefit. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate any of those things, and I will talk to you next time.